Georgy Vens was a Russian Baptist pastor who discipled dozens of other pastors in the 1960s and 70s. He went to prison for 3 years in 1965 for petitioning the Soviet government on behalf of hundreds of Christian prisoners. In 1974, he was rearrested and sent to the Siberian Gulags. While there, he found he had more freedom to declare Christ in prison than he had had as a pastor outside. Hundreds of prisoners came to faith in Jesus, which drove his atheistic captors crazy. They put him in maximum security with murderers and rapists who asked why a good person was sent there. He told them that he had been teaching prisoners in minimum security to know God and pray to him. The leader of the hardened criminals said that if this displeased the prison officials, they would start doing the same. Revival swept maximum security. Midway through his 10-year Siberian exile, Vens was unexpectedly released from prison and sent to the U.S. with his family as part of a prisoner exchange arranged by President Jimmy Carter. For the next 20 years, he became an ambassador from the suffering church in Russia to the world. Later, one of his U.S. sponsors received a letter from a friend who said that each member of his family prayed daily for a missionary. His second son developed a heart interest in Georgy Vens, praying constantly for his release from prison. The father thought Vens' situation was hopeless and that he would die a martyr's death in the gulags. The father was concerned that it could destroy his preschool son's faith to pray persistently for a hopeless case. When Vens was released, the father wrote that God had answered the prayers according to his marvelous purposes wrought before the foundation of the world. But somehow, the prayers of the saints play a part. Even the prayers of a little boy touched by the sight of a gaunt, haggard, spiritual giant of a man called to preach the gospel in the very stronghold of evil. Was this boy the only one praying? Of course not. But what a privilege for him to be a part of a legion of warriors whose perseverance in prayer played a role in the fruitfulness and then deliverance of one of Russia's foremost Christian leaders.